What's going on, guys? Twintuitive 717. I am back with another reading, hanging out with my bossy bees. Look at that slick eye right there. She's good. She's giving somebody the cut eye. You're so adorable. I just can't. It like slowly disappeared as I said that. Okay, guys, we're going to dive right into a collective message. I want to share a message for the Divine Feminines, and it's going to be a weird message, but I feel like many of you you need to hear it, okay? A lot of you are, you're very spiritually protected, okay? And a lot of you are getting your vitality back, your energy back. So it's like a heads up for those of you who may be going through like a really tough time right now. Like if you do feel the effects of ascension, you may be under spiritual attack depending on where it is you are on your journey. And that is really to teach you as well about self-protection and to help expand your knowledge about the world itself. So I'm hearing to tell you to not to be afraid, that even through the moon energy or the dark times, the very emotional times, that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So for those of you who may be in a state of panic or worry, or you're fearing what's next for you, you're being called to have faith, okay? To change your mindset, to change your thoughts, because the more you focus upon the worry and the doubts and a lot of the fears, I feel like you're attracting a lot of that in small ways, and it's heightening a lot of that worry and fear, and so it's taking you away from having more trust and faith. So pay attention to your thoughts at this time, okay? So let's go ahead and dive into a message around the Divine Feminine Collective, okay? I want to soothe your mind. I want to soothe your heart at this time. Again, the title is going to resonate for those of you who may need to hear this message the most, okay? There's a lot on your plate. There's a lot on your mind. You may feel like you're going through the dark night of the soul. You're having a tower moment, or you're just experiencing levels of ascension where I feel like an old part of you may be shedding, and oftentimes that can be painful because, you know, we're struggling to hold on, and at the same time it's painful because we're being dragged as we try to hold on to an old part of ourselves, okay, an old part of our life. So pay attention to the areas of your life that you need to let go, okay? But in the meantime, here are some messages from the fairies to assist you along the way. Okay, so we have the major arcana of the Magician coming through, which is a really beautiful card. And the energy of number 1, I feel, is a strong number to keep pushing ahead. You have a new beginning that's on its way, and you may not be able to see it at this time, but the Magician tells us you have to adapt, okay? Think about the chameleon, okay? If you're going through the dark night of the soul, it's almost like an illusion. Okay, see it as something that is necessary. It's almost like an initiation, okay? The Magician comes to bless you, to let you know that you can do anything, okay? It's time to take control of your life. And more importantly, I feel, Divine Feminines, it's taking control of your thoughts. You're the Divine Feminine, okay? Whatever it is you're going through, you were designed and built for it. You will get through it, okay? It may seem impossible to change your attitude about whatever struggles you're going through, but embrace it. You would not be experiencing it if you weren't equipped to handle it, okay? And it says that you can manifest what you want to be a success, or what you need to be a success, okay? So many of you need to get back into the practice of asking for things, making lists, writing things down. I feel that the journaling or the writing, it helps you to be more honest about what it is you want, because I feel like if you're not writing it down, then you're not presenting a moment of vulnerability for yourself. But when you make it really personal and you actually take a pen and paper rather than, you know, just counting on your thoughts to manifest, for example, it becomes more personal when we actually take the time out to sit down and write it. Because when we write, and I don't know if a lot of you do journaling or you can resonate with that, but when we make lists and burn it or bury it, whatever we are called to do, the minute you sit down and you start writing it out, even for me, I'm like, okay, you know what? Like, I'm just really going to be honest. Sometimes when I'm just saying it in my head or in my mind, I feel so limited where I'm just like, okay, it's easy to kind of second guess stuff. But once you write it and you put it on paper, there's no taking it back. It's already set in stone. So yeah, just be mindful of doing that, okay? The magician reminds you of these little tips and tricks that you were naturally born with and given as tools to help you excel, okay? You're not meant to go through the dark night of the soul in complete agony, okay? Yeah, it hurts, but so what? Put a Band-Aid on it and chill out, okay? Put some ice on it and chill out. Okay, it'll pass. It'll get better. Okay, we also have the Prince of Summer here coming through. Romantic, captivating, dramatic, flirtatious. Falling in love suddenly, being swept off your feet. The need to stay grounded during a very emotional experience. I love that. And also the King of Autumn. Compassionate, accomplished, charismatic, and gifted. Okay, so assertive. Be assertive. Everything going your way. A good company or a person to work for. Okay. So I'm getting two things with this energy, okay? So for many of you, this dark night of the soul could have a lot to do with your twin flame journey, okay? Feeling defeated by that. The Prince of Summer comes as a reminder that love is complicated, and it's wild, and it's crazy, and unexpected. And whatever this is, whatever heartache this is, whatever box you feel like you may be stuck in right now in regards to any of the triggers coming up with your divine masculine. You know, for a lot of you, I feel karmic influences, karmic energy, that is mainly what you've had to really let go of. And I feel like a lot of you may have been blocking this energy from coming through. Okay, falling in love suddenly, being swept off your feet. I feel like many of you are deserving of this experience, and you're soon going to see it to pass, because I'm reminding you with the magician energy to change your mindset. You're deserving of love. And I feel like many of you are really there. Like, you're really in this place of, it is really time to let this go and open up my heart space and allow myself to feel love in every capacity. And that in itself is a lesson on the twin flame journey. So allow yourself to flirt, okay? I feel like this illusion, with many of you feeling like things are out of control right now, I feel like you're feeling closed off, like you're never going to experience this again, okay? And I'm hearing that with the dark night of the soul. It's like, yes, your heart may feel offended or wounded, but it will pass. Okay, you have something on its way to surprise you, and I feel like that is what will pass. But the only thing stopping you is like that mindset. It's like you're not stuck, and you will move past this. Okay, there's a famous saying in Trinidad, after laugh is come cry, you know, my grandma used to say that to me all the time. You know, some of you, I feel like on this journey, you've been so provoked by karmic energies, but like I always say, after laugh is come cry. So many of you need to let go of whatever blocks there are in the way of you and your divine masculine connecting, however it may provoke you, or however unfair it may seem, or however many illusions exist. You're being called to let it go, because what's out there for you is beyond your wildest expectations. And I feel like this is a reminder that, you know, maybe you are the one that's standing in your way. Okay, you're being called to release this and let whatever situation there is in the background on this journey in terms of romantic relationships, if there is karmic influences involved and you do feel provoked, you know, let that play out. You know, when you provoke others, it's like it always comes back to you. That's why after laugh comes cry, you know. So yeah, let it go and let it be, and get sexy and single and free again, because some of you, you know, that's the area of your life that you need to take back control, is feeling like you're desirable again, okay? Now, there's another portion of you with the Magician card here, and it's the King of Autumn, okay? Compassionate, gifted, charismatic, okay? So you have to be more assertive when it comes to what you want. This may have to do with taking back control of your life in the area of either finances, work. It could be your living situation, okay? That might be something that is really overwhelming right now, a dark night of the soul, a lot of changes happening in your life. I feel like many of you are being forced out of some kind of environment, okay? I'm getting really strongly work because it does say here a good company to work for, okay? And many of you may be doubting this. Okay, your message is not to feel stuck as a divine feminine. Trust that the universe is shaking things up to bring better into your life. It may not seem like that now, but this is part of trusting that you're worthy, okay? Many of you may be manifesting, I'm going to be honest, I'm hearing working from home because I just got the image of a lot of you in the divine feminine energy. If you have small children, it's really hard for you to be away from your children, and that is because you're not supposed to be. And many of you are starting to piece things together and realize this. There are certain opportunities that are very repetitive in your mind and in your head right now in terms of being able to work from home and being able to care for your children. Because I feel like caring for your children is actually the number one job that you have. But many of you need to earn pentacles, okay? I feel like the king energy is coming out because you're not supposed to feel worried. You're in charge and opportunities will manifest when you least expect it, okay? Your job is just to have that mindset that says anything is possible for me, okay? This is about writing things down. This is about doing the work, but not that physical work that you think. This is about getting really serious about physically putting things into manifestation. I'm talking about vision boards. And I know that may sound like, oh yeah, whatever. Okay, I'm not going to take the time to do all of that stuff. But that is what I mean by doing the work. Writing things down. Taking time out of your day to sit cross-legged, shut everything off, close your eyes, and actually feel what it would feel like to have a lot of the things that you have. And that feeling in itself is really difficult for a lot of people because you really don't feel like you deserve it or that it should be that easy. But I'm hearing for many of you, it's really just the missing ingredient, okay? And this is part of being assertive. Being assertive means taking control of what it is you deserve and what it is you want. You have to see yourself as worthy, okay? For some of you, you need to be a little bit more cocky about your expectations that you have of yourself, right? Be more cocky. You have to want big things for yourself. Okay, some of you need to shift out of that mindset, and maybe you've been nudged or pushed by your spirit guides to get out of some kind of work environment or living situation because your heart and your mind wants bigger, but then there's a part of you that's that voice that says, okay, it's going to be too hard, or it's going to be impossible, or you can't do it, or all of this kind of doubt energy comes up. That's where you need to be assertive and say, I don't want to hear that. Whatever energies or whatever karmic attacks or spiritual attacks are being sent my way to make me feel unworthy, this is the time where I pull out that magician energy and I start using the tips and tricks that my ancestors are whispering into my ear. Write down your list and burn it before fire. Bury it into the earth. Call things, command things into your reality. Okay, so that's a strong message there that's coming out for those of you with this King of Pentacles energy. But the main energy here, guys, for whoever it is, either in relationships here or career, finances, just overall life, I feel like the major arcana here is about taking back control for the divine feminines, okay? Many of you within the last few months, you have been, I want to say in this hanged man energy, you've been having a lot of circumstances come up where you've had to put a pause on your life, Maybe this was for introspection and for you to really start paying attention to being more in touch with your spirituality, with your spiritual practices, right? I feel like many of us have been out of touch with that for a long time. We need to take and schedule time out of our day for our divination practices, calling in and manifesting what it is we want more of in this lifetime. Okay, a lot of self-care, treating ourselves kindly. Okay, but it is going to involve, shutting down a lot of the YouTube and the tarot readings and turning off the TV and, taking a walk in the park and really connecting with yourself. Leave the AirPods at home. Put your phone on silent. Take that walk through the park and really connect with that inner voice. Okay, because I'm getting a strong message here for many of you. this period of being stuck is over. Now it's time to start calling in what it is you want. But more importantly, like, the physical work is needed. Okay, the physical work. All right. I love you guys. Take it easy, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, take care. Bye, guys. Look at your cute little hair sticking out. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, baby, I feel so terrible. Because yesterday when I touched it, it did a little flicker. Oh, I feel so terrible now that I woke you. Oh, you're so sweet. Oh, you're so forgiving of me, and you love me so much. And I love you too. Ah, she's so cute. Did you see how she reached for me to say it's okay? I just love her to pieces. Bye, guys.